my persuasive speech is going to be on how I think prisons have too many luxuries nowadays. Alright, so first off, I'm going to start off with the cost of everything. So it cost $47,100 per year just to house one inmate and to feed them. Just one. And I got that statistic from the California Legislative Analytic Office. And so there's 183,096 inmates as of May 6th of this year, just in California. And so if you add that all up, that equals to about $9 million that is spent just through our tax money in California for all of the people that are in jail. And also, in the past 23 years, every year there has been at least one prison built, and they cost about $100 million to build them every year. And then also I'm going to go on to education. So we spend more money on jails, almost twice as much money on jails than we do on higher education than the government spends on that. And also a lot of prisons are starting to offer college classes, like general education classes, like things like that. And personally, I don't think that that's fair that they should get free education classes when some people don't even have enough money to go to college, and some of us are struggling to afford to pay for classes and everything like that, and people that are in jail are getting free education and free general ed classes. And next is the food. So my mom used to work in Lake Casitas prison a long time ago, when she used to be a nurse there, and she used to give all of the inmates their shots and like their injections and everything like that. And she told me that once a week they used to serve them steak for dinner, and breakfast they would get eggs, bacon, pancakes, and then also in a lot of the jails nowadays, they have as good of food, if not better, than in a lot of the public schools in the United States. And also in one of the jails in Florida, they're starting to serve kosher food if they are Jewish. And then also the amenities that they have. So a lot of the jails, almost all of them, have a basketball court and weights for all the people that are out in the jail yard. And then they also a lot of them have volleyball courts, tennis courts, and then a lot of them have pool tables, foosball tables. Some of them are even starting to get TVs. And the one that my mom worked in, she told me that they had pool tables, foosball tables, basketball tables, all of that kind of stuff. And also in one of the prisons in Fremont, California, they have this thing where you can upgrade to a widescreen TV room that also has game tables that cost $150 a night, but you can only get it 3 nights in a row, and after that you have to go back and then you can get it the next day. But I don't think that they should be able to pay to get flat screen TVs with cable and games and everything on it when some people can't even watch cable nowadays. And so pretty much I think that instead of giving these inmates a bunch of free time to play tennis, basketball, pool table, watch TV, I think that they should be giving back to the community. And they should be growing food, tending to crops, or even back in the old days how they used to be making license plates. And they should have to do all that stuff to work to pay for their food and healthcare that they're getting. I don't think that it should come from our taxpayers' money. They should have to work for that. They shouldn't have to live for free, get free food. And also, there is a prison called the Black Dolphin Prison. It's in Russia, and it's said to be one of the worst prisons in the world. And they are only served soup and bread to eat for all meals of the day. There's no prison yard or cafeteria. They stay in their their cells all the time. They eat in their cells. The only time they're allowed out of their cells is for when the guards come around to check their rooms and everything like that. And I think that that's how a lot of the prisons should be, especially the ones that are, like, the more harsh ones should be like that. Alright, and then also, so pretty much the 1 out of 9 people in the prisons are serving life sentencing, and a third of those 1/9 of the people have no parole, so they have no possible way of getting out. They will always be in there no matter what. And I got that number from New York Times as of September of last year. And I personally am pro death penalty. Not for everyone, but I think that if you killed someone and you are in jail for life with no possible parole, I think that you should be served the death penalty, because why should someone else have to suffer that you killed, and then you get to sit in prison with free food, free housing, basketball courts, and everything like that? I just think it's kind of ridiculous. And then one example of this is the Boston Marathon guy that did the shooting, or not the shooting, the bombing. So 3 people died and 260 people injured, and I looked up a bunch of pictures from this, and people were blown off legs, arms, and there was pictures of him purposely planting them. Like, it was obviously him, and he had no remorse to it at all. And they had just announced that he is getting the death penalty, and I think that that is what he deserves. So, all in all, the question is, I think that why should you as a taxpayer have to have your hard-earned money go to someone who's sitting in a warm building, reading a book, getting a free education, water, and 3 meals a day? It doesn't make sense.